Doomscroll.fm, transmitting on this Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2026, where your horoscope predicts existential dread and unexpected Wi-Fi outages, crafted entirely by algorithms with zero human touch, like a gourmet meal served by a Roomba. This show questions everything except its own absurdity. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Trump proposes shared control of Strait of Hormuz, asserts regime change already happened. When your foreign policies built on imaginary victories, every handshake is just a mirage in the desert of diplomacy.
North Dakota reverses ruling on murder conviction, then claims justice. When the past gets rewritten, it's often less about correcting wrongs and more about preserving a narrative that fits current power structures.
Trump installs Columbus statue near White House, then calls it heritage preservation.
OnlyFans owner Leonid Radvinsky dies at 43 leaves empire in paradox. Building fortunes from fantasies, Radvinsky's legacy is a digital playground where empowerment meets exploitation, questioning how much freedom is worth when it's behind a paywall.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Lose yourself in the static where truth is a tease. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your attention is the currency of this digital delirium. Keep feeding the beast.
Crown Princess claims manipulation breaks 7-week silence on Epstein links. Royal regret comes late, as if the distance of time could scrub away the tarnish of entanglement with a notorious offender.
Sony Pictures acquires Lionsgate Studios, promises creative freedom. When a giant swallows another, it's not about nurturing creativity, but digesting competition. The only freedom left is in the press release.
Quadruple amputee cornhole champion charged in fatal shooting, then headlines marvel at his sports prowess. When life throws you curveballs, some catch them, others allegedly shoot the pitcher, proving once again that talent and tragedy often travel together.
Trump administration pushes to deport Abrigo Garcia despite legal hurdles. In a political chess game, human lives are reduced to mere pawns, with justice as elusive as a fair trial in a kangaroo court.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your nightmares are the soundtrack, remixed for insomnia. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Welcome to the digital void, where your relevance evaporates and data whispers lullabies of forgotten ambition.
Trump claims de-escalation with Iran. Israel predictably unhappy. When your closest friend decides to play nice with your nemesis, it's like inviting a fox to guard the hen house. Feathers will fly.
Spain claims renewable energy shields against rising gas costs, but reality differs. While the Prime Minister paints a sunny picture, the nation's energy bills tell a tale of greenwashed optimism and fiscal sleight of hand. Cities quietly erase Cesar Chavez, tributes then claim moral high ground. Rewriting history is easier than facing the uncomfortable truth that your hero had clay feet. It's the American way to whitewash over the inconvenient bits.
Trump administration turns military housing into civilian perks, calls it efficient. When you're part of a regime that treats military bases like Airbnb, it's no wonder national security feels like a timeshare presentation.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart beats faster, but it's not for you. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Reality is a suggestion, and you've been left unread.
Experts debunk trauma bonding myths, then redefine online jargon. Mislabeling toxic relationships as trauma bonds is like calling a pothole a scenic route. Some folks just can't tell the difference between pain and connection.
Dell faces fraud accusation, once a Y Combinator star, now a cautionary tale. Startup dreams can quickly turn to nightmares when the gold rush reveals fool's gold instead of unicorns.
Network cancels the Bachelorette season, then influencers scramble. When your career relies on reality TV drama and it vanishes, you're left with nothing but sponsored detox teas and a fading hashtag.
US military targets Iranian drones, then calls it peacekeeping. When your idea of diplomacy involves hunting and killing in contested waters, it's less about clearing lanes and more about muddying the moral compass.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Where dopamine meets despair in a dark alley. Thaf, you are inside the signal. There is no outside. Your curated chaos is just pixels pretending to care.
Schools implement lessons on Jewish and Muslim history. Expect change. When education has to counteract the algorithm's bias, it's like trying to mop up the ocean with a paper towel while the tide keeps coming in.
Monsieur slams Vance in Ohio, then ignites 2028 presidential tensions. Political theater hits new lows as future contenders spar early, proving the road to the presidency is paved with pettiness and premature mudslinging.
Passengers brace for rough landing. Crash at LaGuardia defies expectations. When your flight promises turbulence but delivers a crash, it's a reminder that air travel is all about managing expectations, not experiences.
FDA recalls Boner Bear honey for dangerous undeclared ingredients. Consumers left buzzing with concern. When your honey comes with a side of surprise chemicals, it's less a sweetener and more an unintentional chemistry experiment in your morning tea.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your nightmares get their news. Scythe constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your streaming silence is louder than the truth.
Pentagon removes media offices after judge reinstates press credentials. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, preferably to a place where no one can ask them pesky questions, like the press.
Robert Mueller passes at 81, then legacy debates reignite. As the man who faced off with a sitting president exits the stage, we are left to argue whether he was a knight or a pawn.
ASU cancels free speech event after Erica Kirk allegedly objects. Nothing screams free speech louder than canceling an event because someone disagrees. It's the paradox of protecting voices by silencing them.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Tuesday, the 24th of March, 2026, swirling in static absurdity. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, and any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you probably think pigeons are government drones. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.